Here we go. We are starting the Monday Night Raw review. Back with the Monday Night Raw review. Hey, Raw review. Here we go. We had Drew McIntyre coming out talking about Randy Orton and all the stuff that they've been through, punting each other in the head with playboys and all this other stuff. I was like, alright. So now it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in the ambulance match. And I was just like, whoa, that would be great. Then Keith Lee came out, but then they went to a commercial. I'm like, what is up with that? They always do that. They always have it where it's a good segment, but then they go to commercial. So that happened. So I was just like, wow. And then it was like a little confrontation with Drew and Keith Lee. So I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy. Next we had Cedric Alexander with the Hurt Business versus Ricochet. And this was a pretty cool match. One of my favorite parts of the match was when MVP had me rolling. He said, "Get on your feet and whoop that man." That's what he said. Get on your feet and whoop that man. I was like, MVP sound like a coach, boy. But they had a pretty good match. I was just like, wow. So Cedric Alexander, he's a really good wrestler. I just think him with the Hurt Business is really cool. Guess he broke away from Apollo and Ricochet, but you know, it's cool. They had a good match though. Cedric, he was being very aggressive though, so maybe this heel run is making him like very, very aggressive. So I was just like, alright. So Ricochet did a super kick and he did a dragon suplex and got a 2 count on Cedric. But I was just like, wow. So they was going back and forth, being physical, flying all over the ring. But at the end, Cedric Alexander got this victory with this crazy backbreaker move. And I was just like, yeah, he ain't kicking out of that. So they did get the victory, but then the lights went off, and then who else? Retribution. And this guy sounds just like Darth Vader. We are Retribution. It's like, you sound like Kratos. We are Retribution. And I was like, oh, Lord. So first it was probably like 5 or 6 of them, but then it was like about 20 of them. I was like, whoa, okay. So next we had the Street Profits versus Cesaro and Nakamura. I thought this was a good match. I really thought they was just going to keep going on both shows until Clash of Champions, because it would have been cool to see them fought at Clash of Champions, but they fought tonight. But it was a really good match. Cesaro started the match off. He did a big uppercut to Dawkins. I was just like, wow. But yeah, it was a pretty cool back and forth match though. Cesaro got on the road with those massive uppercuts to Montez Ford, and it was crazy. Montez Ford got on the top rope. He did a big frog splash, and I was just like, whoa. And he got when he did the frog splash, he missed it, because Nakamura, he was trying to do the frog splash on Nakamura, so Nakamura got his knees up. I was like, dang, that was just crazy. Like I said, lots of action though. But at the end, Dawkins, he did the big splash from the top rope to Cesaro for the victory. So I was just like, damn, that's cool. Then of course, after the match, we had a segment with Andrade and Garza backstage fighting. I'm like, can they just break up already? Like, can they just start a rival? I would really like to see them, have a rival. That would be pretty cool though. Really would. Next we had Mickey James. Mickey James was being interviewed, and basically she was saying she loved the business. She was really focused, and she has a lot of experience. She's a six-time women's champion, and she said she loves facing. She couldn't wait to face Oscar. So that turns to the interview, to the actual match. This match was really good though. Like when they started this match, it was good. It was physical. Oscar, being physical as always. She did this big kick to Mickey James and got a 2 count. Then they was throwing hands back and forth. Then y'all know Oscar do that big old hip attack. They be like, don't pull a hip now. Don't pull your hip now. But yeah, it was good though. But the turning point was when Oscar did like this backhand. It wasn't a slap, like it was just a backhand fist to like the back of Mickey J. I don't know. I think that move really might have I think that move, I don't know if it gave her a concussion, but it looked like Mickey wasn't really the same. So Mickey, she landed this big kick on Oscar right after that. I was just like, wow, like they are going back and forth. I was just like, dang, it was so crazy. But Oscar got that Oscar lock on her. She had the arm bar on her, but no, not Oscar. Mickey James got out of it, but then Oscar got her right back into it. And so I was just like, okay. So Mickey James was just like this, but she wasn't tapping out though. So the referee rung the bell, and Michael Cole and I think Dolph Ziggler and Byron was like, wait a minute, what happened? And Dolph was like, I don't know. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know either. Like, basically Mickey James didn't tap out. I mean, unless the referee was concerned that she got that back, like the back fist, but I was just like, I don't know, it was just crazy though. Next we had right after that was crazy because Selena Vega, I guess she's going to challenge Oscar for the title. So I don't know, but she was crazy enough to slap Oscar right after her victory with Mickey James. Like, she just slapped her, and of course Selena Vega stormed out because Oscar beat her in like 2 seconds. Next we had Bobby Lashley versus Eric Eyeball from the Viking Raiders. This match was pretty quick though. Bobby Lashley did a big slam to Eric, and then he put him in a full Nelson submission, and he tapped out. And I do agree with MVP that Bobby Lashley has changed since he's with the Hurt Business. Like when he was with Lana and messing up matches, like when he lost to Aleister Black at Mania, he has really changed. So like I said, this Hurt Business is pretty cool. Next we had Raw Underground with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was beating everybody up on Raw Underground. I mean, everybody. Everybody was getting them hands. Dolph Ziggler, everybody. Titus O'Neil, like all of them. I mean, he was just beating everybody. Then they had a segment with R-Truth doing Kit Kats or something. So I didn't really understand that. So I don't know what they doing with R-Truth. They just got him doing all crazy stuff. But next we had a steel cage match with Seth Rollins and Dominic, and I was just like, okay, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. This needs to be the last time that they face, because Rollins is going to keep winning. I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong, Dominic is going to have a good career in WWE, but just having him face Rollins Seth Rollins right now is good, because Rollins can teach him some stuff, so it's good. But he needs to go to NXT, start from there, and then build his way up, stuff like that. But I guess he's just gonna be on the main roster. But this was a good match. Seth Rollins was kind of dominating the match. Um, let's see, Buddy Murphy sliding the kendo stick to him, and he was tearing up. I was like, here we go again, turn that boy back up. That boy back was red a few weeks ago. If y'all haven't saw that on Monday Night Raw, that was like a that was just crazy. But it's like I said, he the wrestler, so he gotta take it. That was just crazy. Um, but yeah, Dominic, he was fighting back though. He got Rey Mysterio gave him a kendo stick and he was hitting Rollins, but ultimately Rollins turned the match around with a superplex from the top rope, kind of close to the top of the steel cage. It was effective though. But then it was a crazy thing. They was both trying to escape the cage. So Dominic had kicked Rollins' leg, and yeah, he took a nasty fall. So, and then Rollins returned the favor by doing the same thing to him. So, yeah, they was kind of hurting pretty bad. They was hurting pretty bad though. But then after that, Rollins recovered. He did the Falcon Arrow, 2 suplexes. He picked them up twice, and I was just like, wow. So then, at the end of the match, Rollins did 2 curb stomps on Dominic in front of Rey Mysterio, and he got the victory. So Rollins attacked Buddy Murphy right after that, and it was a point where I thought Rollins was looking at Ray's family. I was just like, uh-oh. And Ray was like, no. He was like, Seth, don't you do it. He was like, Seth, don't you do it. I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. I was like, that is so crazy though. But I don't know. I just hope their feud is over though. I really hope so. Next we had Kevin Owens versus Aleister Black. Aleister came from behind and attacked him. But this was a crazy match though. Aleister Black was just focusing on Kevin Owens' leg the whole match. So that was just his game plan, just his leg. But then Kevin Owens surprised him with a super kick, and he got a 2 count from that. But then this was really crazy though. Y'all gonna go crazy. So as they was fighting, the lights was flickering. Like, and this has happened on Raw a couple times. Like the lights start flickering. So Aleister Black was looking around, and Kevin was too. But then Kevin turned him around and he did a stunner. So Kevin Owens stunned Aleister Black and got the victory. I was like, really? That was just crazy. So next we had Riot Squad versus Lana and Natalya. Y'all already know who won. Riot Squad, they beat Lana and Natalya. I ain't mean to say it like that, but I'm just like, look, Lana, I don't know why she's still wrestling. I don't know. Natalya is a good wrestler, but she just always with the wrong people. So I don't know. But the crazy thing was Shayna and Nia Jax put Lana through a table. And I was just like, whoa, they put her through a table? And Michael Cole was like, they ain't playing. I was like, right, I was like, they put Lana, but they would have put Natalya through a table, would have been good. But they ran Natalya's shoulder burst into the steel pole, so she was already hurt. I'm like, damn, Natalya got a history of shoulder injuries, but it was just crazy. So, I forgot to say, Drew and Keith Lee was fighting backstage twice, so they was obviously ready to face each other in this main event match. And then, of course, they showed back on Raw Underground where Strowman was still beating up people. Now, this is going to be something. Strowman is going to face this guy. He is Strowman about 7 feet tall. The other guy is 7 feet tall too. So Shane McMahon was like, hey, wait, let's wait on this till next week. So I'm gonna let y'all know next week when Strowman take on the guy that is Strowman's side. It's like Strowman facing himself. So I'm gonna let y'all know about that. Trust me, I'm gonna let y'all know about that. Might do a little video just let y'all know who won. It's gonna be good though. But I like to say MVP was so good on commentary. He had me laughing and everything. MVP is just so funny. But it's like he's funny, but it's like he's stay in character, but he's just funny though. he's funny. This is the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee. I like to say this was a good match, a good physical match. Drew McIntyre is powerful. Keith Lee is powerful. So it's just two bulls colliding. But when Drew did a belly to belly to Keith Lee, I'm like, whoa, how you do that? And Michael Cole was like, yeah, Drew is just physical. And MVP was like, look, I might can't stand Drew, but I respect him. He said that about like 10 times throughout the match. It was funny. But Keith Lee was doing some good moves too. But Drew, he did a spine buster to Keith Lee, and I was just like, wow. That Keith Lee did this. He was chopping them, boy. He was chopping his chest. I'm like, damn. He used both hands, boy. Both hands chopping them down, boy. But I was just like, wow. And then, oh my goodness, Keith Lee did a superplex to Drew. That was so powerful. But I was just like, dang, Drew, he wounded, but he was still fighting though. And then, what was so crazy? Retribution comes out. I was just like, oh my god, this match was getting so good. And then they attacked Keith Lee and Drew. So the Hurt Business came out there. They was helping out. And then it ended when Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre did some somersault flips and took out everybody. Then they came face to face. So I was like, oh my god. I hate when it ends like that. But it was still a good show though. I really enjoyed this. It was kind of crazy. But it was good seeing Strowman and Raw Underground though, because I was just like, whoa. Like Strowman was just beating everybody up. And I can't wait till he faced that guy that's just about his size too. So this is going to be good. I hope everybody enjoyed this review. Like, comment, and share with everybody. Woo!